open to those that are bold enough to knock. I'd even take it a step further and say the doors will be opened to those that are bold enough to walk through the door. Or yet maybe even the doors will be opened to those that are willing to bust through the door. You see, as we come together today, every one of you is in a different phase of your life. You all have different circumstances that have led you here today. We all have different doors that have not yet been opened. Or maybe you're someone that has had a door halfway open. And let me tell you, it's hard to get through a door that is only halfway open. Some of you are even closing doors on yourself because you're afraid. You're afraid to fully step through. You see, we all have doors that have held us back from pursuing our greatness. Are you going to be a door opener or a door closer? You choose what you want to be. Day in and day out, your life is filled with choices that have led you here today. Let me ask you a simple yet profound question. Are you leading your life or are you accepting your life? Are you designing your days? Are you doing what you love? Are you living each day doing what you want to do? Are you spending time with those that you want to spend time with? Or has life kind of controlled you? Set hours, set income, set friend group, set experiences. In our time here together, my hope is that I get you to understand that you have the capacity to lead your life, but it does come with a price. It's natural. It is so natural to be scared. But oftentimes I found there is a massive price that you pay being miserable. I believe it's our moral obligation to pursue what you find meaningful in this thing called life. And in our lives, it's about knocking on doors to find out which ones we're meant to open and then walk through. A significant door I chose to knock down was 10 years ago. You see, I could have came up with every excuse in the book as to why this Isagenix thing wasn't going to work. I mean, after all, who is going to listen to a broke 23-year-old millennial? At that time, I was living paycheck to paycheck as a nanny, a massage therapist. I had little to my name, or so I believed. I lived each day waiting for that good old freedom hour. Oh, that's when you get to do what you want to do with your time instead of having someone else control it for you, by the way. Until I met a woman who introduced me to Isagenix, Holly. There she was, sipping on those shakes. Just kidding. She wasn't sipping on anything. I met her at the gym and I became Facebook friends with her. I would then see her social media pop up from time to time. I followed along her journey, not really understanding clearly what she even did, but I saw her body transform in the IsaBody Challenge. I saw her working, and I thought, man, doesn't that seem fun? I wonder if her company is hiring. I knew she did something in the health and wellness space, and I remember thinking to myself, maybe, just maybe, she could put in a good word for me. So I called, we met up. Now I realize it's what I like to call a one-on-one opportunity presentation. But I met her that day and I saw an open door and I walked through it. I said yes. You see, my friends, it all boils down to the 3 Ds. I've created this method, really learned this for myself personally, and then really coaching thousands of other people, I realized that they really don't know what they want from their life, and that's why they're not yielding the results. If you want to obtain success, create change, do anything worthwhile, you must first make a decision. Should I pursue Isagenix or not? Or maybe you've been building the business for quite some time, and maybe you need to make the decision if it's time for you to go to the next level, or make a real decision to recommit as if it was day one. We make decisions with our heads most of the time. I want to challenge you to make it with your heart. I believe you should make decisions with your heart and your soul. Simply do the test I do. And I always ask myself, does this decision expand me? Does it expand my future? Does it expand my possibilities in life? And if the answer is yes, then the decision is yes, no matter how terrifying it might be. I also ask, does this decision expand or does it shrink me? Brace for impact, my friends. Making big decisions in life, this is where the real change comes from. And remember, making no decision is still a decision. I have found this is the worst place to be. Your heart wants one thing, but you can't really step through your inability to make a decision. It stops you altogether. And all these limiting beliefs come in. What if I'm not good enough? I'm not like them. Remember, the number one reason people don't get what they want is because they don't know what they want. So what do you want from building your Isagenix business? You've seen it, you've heard it all throughout the weekend in our time together during this event. It's real, it's trusted, it's possible, it's true. So I'll ask you again, what do you want from building your Isagenix business? That only you can answer. It should be exciting. It should be exhilarating. Or what does it look like? Waking up when you're done sleeping, or you being the one that walks to your child's room and wakes them up. You're the one that tucks them into bed at night. Nothing great happens until a real decision is made. A promise, a commitment. When you make a decision, you then have the clarity around your priorities. When I made a decision to go all in with Isagenix, it became my priority. There was no, I'll do it when I feel like it. I worked the business when I didn't want to work it. I worked it when I could have easily had 100 excuses and other things to do. Once you know and make the decision, you become committed and you start to separate yourself from people that merely just say things. You actually start to do things. And there's a level of congruency that you cannot even imagine. I was willing to disrupt my entire life to buy my future. If not this, then what? That's what I would replay in my mind every day. Your human spirit does not care about the economy, what's happened to your family, how you were raised. It's asking, what's our command for today? What's our command for tomorrow? Your soul, intuition, is designed to make you soar. Society has taught us otherwise. I will remind you, when you get to the edge and you say yes and you fully commit, it's going to tell you to step back. You have to be willing to play between your brain and your soul. It's time to stop watching other people's lives on social media and wishing it were your own. You are in charge. And one of three things is going to happen. You're going to jump and fly, or you're going to jump and fall on something soft, or you're going to fall down hard. But the thing is, you're going to get back up. It's better to try than to live a life of what ifs. I'm an ordinary woman who decides every single day to live an extraordinary life. The only difference with me is I make decisions. Some of you put someone like me on a pedestal because it lets you off the hook. Oh, she's great. No, you're great. I just have a vision and I will never be satisfied. I'm grateful for here today, but I will never be satisfied. You cannot be someone new doing the same things you've always done. Stop waiting for perfect. Your story that you're in right now, as great as it might be or as lost as you might be, it's meant to be your fuel. And when you show your real story, and you're the little engine that could, right? It lets people in. It's time for you to make a decision and showcase you building your dreams, building your future. And once you finally make that decision, it doesn't get easier, you just get better. And that's the whole point. Making a true decision pushes you into your future, the one that you actually long to design. You decide and you walk through the door. So make that decision. The second D is declare. What do you mean by that, Emily? I want to talk to you about a declaration. So you might be thinking, what exactly is a declaration? Is it like an affirmation? Maybe it's a little different. I'll tell you that. Okay. A declaration is much stronger, more powerful than a simple affirmation. An affirmation is typically stated as who you think you're not, but who you hope to be. It's good, but let's dive a little deeper. Okay. So want to really shed some light on that. Affirmation would be like if we were to have a pile of dirty dishes and we were to throw a tablecloth over it. Okay. You can't see the dirty dishes, but they're still underneath and you're going to have to deal with that. Okay. A little different. The shift is a declaration is a powerful statement of what you wish to create, what you want to create. It's a commitment to a specific result. Okay. Let's think of it like this. Think of it like placing your order for lunch. Okay. The waiter comes and you tell him, I'll have the kale and quinoa salad with salmon. Okay. You're placing the order of what you will have in your future. You might not know exactly how the salmon and kale and quinoa salad will come out, how it'll get on your plate, but you know specifically that it's going to be in your life. You're going to eat it today. You're being intentional about what is coming, as opposed to saying, just bring whatever. A lot of people just have that vibe of just bring whatever. That's why they get zero results. Okay. You're stating what you want and when you want it by. Declarations are made up of massive intention. Okay. And this causes you to level up and really, you have an intended result. A declaration is all about from right here, right now. Okay. Think of clearing all the dishes away and starting fresh with a new table. I declare this is how it'll go. This is what I will create. This is what I will have in my life. It's not a wish or a hope or maybe a thought. It is truly living your life by intention. And one more important thing, even if you don't see the how now, remember, if you declare nothing, you create nothing. So what I love to do is stand in the mirror proudly every single day. And beside the mirror, I have my list of current declarations. I put my right hand on my heart and I declare to the universe, to God, what my goals are and what I want to attract in my life. I always say them with a loud voice, with faith, with confidence. Sometimes even when it feels right, I close my eyes and I get even more into it, or I just look myself in the mirror right in my eyes and I say my declarations out loud. Some of them more general might go like this. I wake up filled with joy and excitement. I trust myself. I trust the universe. I focus on what I want, not what I don't want. I let go of any negative beliefs and feelings about myself and my life. I trust my intuition that I always make the right decisions. I am living to my full potential. I will never compare myself to others. I have unique skills and a unique mind. I choose to think positively. I create a wonderful and successful life for myself and for my family. I am confident, powerful, successful. I never give up. I am healthy and full of energy. I love and accept my body, and I take good care of it. I always put myself first. So these examples are general, but I'm always adding specific things to mine, okay, that are about today, this week, this month, okay, that are going to be improving my life. Okay, for you, it could be I eat healthy, I exercise regularly, I will share Isagenix with 5 new people today, I will impact someone's life today, I will do a full cleanse day today, I don't like sugar because it's bad for my health, my teeth, my body. I am going to nail my meeting today. I will be crystal manager by the end of the week. Specific, guys, think specific. For me, declarations are the most powerful tools which help me improve my life and create my future. I put all the energy and commitment into these sentences. Okay, declarations have really helped me live what I like to call a level 10 life. And even if you think I'm crazy and you want to shut me up right now, okay, if you don't think this works, you have nothing to lose if you try it. Nothing. Just try it for a few weeks and then let me know, okay? If you declare nothing, okay, if you declare nothing to the universe, you create nothing, okay? How is the universe supposed to support your energy? And remember, where your focus goes, your energy flows. When is the last time your adult declarations had as much strength and faith of a child? I want you to really think about this. You see, I grew up in a somewhat of a toxic household at times. And when I was a little girl, we had nights where, we didn't know if my mom was going to, honestly be with us the next day and not have bruises on her body or not. We were always afraid. And my sister and me would hold each other as little girls in our bunk beds. And I remember escaping from my current reality so much as a child. And I would watch this show called Full House, and I'm sure you remember it. And I remember saying to my sister, I would tell her, I am going to have a life like that. I am going to live like that. I want a family like that. And I would always say that. And I even found an old journal that I had, one with a little lock on it. I think a little kitty was on it. I mean, it was one of those little ones. And I would write this out. I was creating my future even when I was little, because I wanted to break that generational curse that was on my family. You see, this starts even as a child, and you have that ability to walk through the door. And I chose to create a door, and I chose to walk through it using the power of declarations. I declared I wanted a peaceful life like that. I declared I wanted a better future. You see, I created a door. I opened the door and I walked through it. I'll ask you again, do you want to be a door opener or a door closer? And then number 3, develop. It's not enough to be in the right place at the right time. It's just not. You must be the right person in the right place at the right time. You see, over and over again, I am willing to completely die to any form of me that I've been so I can birth the woman I'm becoming. I have found the reason why a lot of people won't become who they want to be is that they're too attached to who they've been. Too attached. We say things like, I've always been this way. This is just who I am. Know anyone like that? My question for you is, how is that working for you? In this business, especially when you're new, you must kill your ego every day. In the beginning, I watched the compensation plan training, no joke, 98 times. I needed to understand it. I didn't get it. I said to my mentor, I want to know what you know. I want to think like you. I want to talk like you because success leaves clues. I was willing to be the student first. Are you? Things can change in your life if you're willing to drop your ego. So many people don't start because they're afraid. They're afraid of starting at the bottom. And honestly, I think the bottom is the best part. That's really, when you start becoming someone new. I follow people who are in it, who I gravitate towards people who are passionate and they're fighting for something. You want to attract go-getters in your business? I recommend showcasing the real build, showcasing why you're working so hard. In our business, you've got to have the mindset of, I don't know how to do this, but hey, I'll figure it out. And then you turn around and teach it to someone else. Let me ask you a question. Do you consider yourself a leader? Yes or no? Do you see yourself as a leader? You see, most people don't see themselves as a leader. Leadership is not a title. It's not a position. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So when you say, I'm not a leader, I want to ask you, do you influence anyone? Your kids, your husband, your wife, your friends, your family, maybe 8 to 10 people? Then you're a leader. You do not need a title or a position. I've got a secret for you. Are you ready for it? Lean in. To increase your influence, all you have to do is add value to people. It's simple. How can I serve you? What can I do to help you? If I sincerely add value to you, my influence will grow. You will grow. Your leadership will grow. I need to speak to a topic that the majority of our business is made up around, okay, which is talking to people, 80%, okay? And I've learned to have a great relationship with going and spreading and sharing Isagenix with people. You see, most people, they get freaked out about this because there's uncertainty involved. You don't know what's going to happen, right? You don't know what's going to happen when you DM someone. You don't know what's going to happen if you share this gift. And, I've learned to make myself feel alive from this, okay? So it's my relationship with it. I want you to have that relationship with it as well, because most people avoid the thing that's actually going to help them win because you're so afraid of rejection that you avoid it altogether. So I want you to look at rejection as something fun. It's uncertain. Rejection is progress, and progress equals happiness as long as you've learned something from it. When I first started to share Isagenix with people, what I would do is I would pull up to meetings in my purple Saturn, and I'd pull far away from the meeting because I didn't want them to see my car. And I would try to do the meeting the best I could, and I would do everything. And after the meeting, I would assess it. I would assess what happened. And, these experiences where maybe I was tongue-tied, maybe I said the wrong thing, maybe I talked too much, these experiences improved me. being rejected was only an opportunity for me to improve. And, I want to share this. I mean, I think a lot of people, so much of your life is dependent on what other people think of you. Most people's lives are dominated about what other people think of them. If your life is dominated about what other people think of you, and you're constantly trying to get the approval of others, you're always going to be unhappy. Rather than your own, what do you think of you? Fear of rejection is oftentimes exaggerated. You're not taking control of your emotions. Instead, you react instead of anticipate. Stop giving people the power to emotionally affect you. You won't send a message because you're afraid. You're addicted to other people's approvals. It's preventing you from doing the thing that actually moves your life forward. Who cares? If they say no, move on. Next. Use the opportunity to get better. You see, we want to grow, but we want to stay liked by everybody, and it just doesn't work that way. Here's what I ask myself. I ask Emily, do you like you? For real. Emily, are you playing full out? That's who you need to be concerned about. Every night, this is a routine I do. I ask myself 3 things. I say, I'm proud of you for what? I forgive you for what? And I commit to this. This activity is a walk-through moment for you. This is definitely for you to walk through the door. Your vision must be bigger than any of your fears. When your vision is 10 times the size of your fears, doors open. You see, my first year in Isagenix, I was lucky to turn a profit, and most don't in traditional businesses. But if I would have quit in the beginning because I was working a ton and not seeing monster results, I would not have the business, the life, the impact I have today. So next time you think of quitting, I hope you think of this. Learn to embrace the suck. We live in a society where people want microwave results right away. It takes time to develop. A lot of leaders, a lot of people, they even fall short because they're unwilling to do and apply everything they've learned. In your developing, my friends, in the pursuit, that's who you become, who you're supposed to be. That's it. That's how you develop into a you 2.0 version. So now it's time to make the decision. What do you want to do with this? It's time for you to declare it to the world, to your family, and most importantly, it's time to develop yourself. And all you need to do is walk through that first door. You have the ability to develop yourself. You can control the narrative. Will you be a victim of your circumstances or a creator of your future? You see, crises can either paralyze you or motivate you. It's all your choice. You'll become stronger and pick up momentum if you keep moving forward. Sometimes you have to find a door. You got to create it. Or heck, even knock down the door. There's moments in our lives where we got to beat down the door. But once it's open, you must have the faith, the courage to walk through it. So I'll ask you again. Are you going to be a door opener or a door closer? You choose what you want to be. You are a network marketer. Own it. Walk through the door. You're a dreamer. Own it. Walk through the door. You want more from your life. You want to design your life. Own that. Walk through the door. You want to live your life by design rather than by default. Own that. Walk through the door. Now it's time. It's time for you to write out your declarations. If you're up for changing your destiny, this is what I want you to do. Write them out. Put it on your door. And every time you open it, I want you to say them. I want you to practice this with me. This piece of paper reminds you of what you decided. You decided, no one else. So write out this message and make this promise and this commitment to yourself that you're going to step up. You're going to walk through the door. So you don't have to live in regret about keeping the door shut or even keeping it halfway open. It's your time to decide, to declare, and to develop yourself, my friends. So thank you so much. And I hope this message improved your life. And I look forward to hearing all about your success in the next months ahead. Thank you.